Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be with you.
Today is the day that I will be brave and I am not pressing that normalize loudness button. If you missed my last video, you probably don't know what I'm talking about, so let me fill you in really quickly. First of all though, my name is Esther, so welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, I am going to be decluttering 3 spots in our home. But first, about that loudness normalization button. So I am fairly new to YouTube and I am working on my sound quality right now, and CapCut is what I use to edit, and they have a normalize loudness button. And so normally I press that in all my videos so that I am not too loud for you guys. However, today I am doing all my voiceovers in my closet. I am nice and cozy in here, and I'm hoping that just doing this will help improve my sound quality. So you guys will have to let me know what you think. But before I start organizing and decluttering, I wanted to make us some drinks. Ruben was in the kitchen cooking while I started this video, and he wanted an iced coffee with some of this homemade Starbucks cold foam copycat, although I turned it more into like whipped cream because I ran out of whole milk. I don't have the exact recipe. You could just do a quick Google search. I just add a little bit of milk, a little bit of heavy whipping cream, some pumpkin pie spice seasoning. You don't have to add that if you don't want to. You can really add any, anything to it that you want. You can add vanilla bean or something like that. I've done that before and it's so good. And then I add some honey and I whip it up, and then I made Ruben a double shot of espresso with some honey in it, and then I made myself a roasted dandelion tea with some honey in it, and then just poured that over the ice and added the air quotes cold foam. And it is, if you haven't tried either of those drinks, I definitely recommend. They are so good. Anyways, let's get into it.
Hold up just a minute. Been looking for some help just to find myself. Yeah. Been losing my focus like 1,000 times before. Can't take this anymore. 'Cause I've been looking for something to change thoughts into motion. Been waiting way too long. Yeah, waiting just for somebody to love and to surround me and to handle my emotions. I was out waiting for something, and if I close my eyes, it's all been a waste of time. I was out driving every mile, and now if I rewind, it's all been a waste of time.
This TV cabinet stressed me out so bad. I have been avoiding spaces like this for a while because I just felt like I didn't have the mental capacity to tackle it. I know that probably sounds really strange, but I just haven't had any idea or inspiration on how to organize this space. I am happy that I tackled this because I really was overwhelmed as soon as I opened this. What was overwhelming me the most is that when I organized all the games into this space, I really wanted to be able to see everything that was in that cabinet. And I just, for the life of me on this day, could not figure out how to make that happen. So I'm going to show you how it looked like at the end of this day, but then just know the very next morning I had a little inspiration and I had a different idea, and so I was able to organize it again, and so I could see now every game in that space that we have. I ended up moving some of the games to the right side of that cabinet, which I don't know why I didn't think of it on wow, words. I don't know why I didn't think of that on this day. Probably because I felt physically ready to do this job. Wow, we are struggling today, Esther. I felt physically ready to do this job, but mentally I just felt really tired, and I probably should have waited one more day to start this video, but I was excited to tackle a few areas, so that's what we did.
It's all been a waste of time. How could somebody be with someone else if you can't be by yourself? Yeah, I got my problems. Lately I've been fading out, holding out, waiting just for somebody to love and to surround me and to handle my emotion. I was out waiting for something, and if I close my eyes, it's all been a
Next, I am moving into this center part of our TV console, and this area was so unbelievably dusty. And then also our Switch games, the video game itself is actually so incredibly tiny, and most of them were not in the correct case, and so I was just trying to go through and put them in the right case. I was able to get rid of a couple of boxes in this area and then a couple of DVDs, but we do have a lot of DVDs that we are keeping because some of them are my favorite. Like, one of my favorite movies is The Emperor's New Groove, and that was a movie that was always on repeat when RJ was little. And there's like The Lion King and Despicable Me, and I know that we could buy all of these on digitally, but I rather just keep the DVDs for now. Also, are you guys excited for Christmas? I am so ready and excited for this Christmas. So I am not a big gamer, but I will say a game that I played and I was obsessed with was Fable. And I actually just recently replayed Fable 3, and I decided to pick it up because in 2025, the newest Fable is coming out, and you have to have the Xbox Series X or S or like a computer that can play the newest Fable. And so for Christmas, we ended up purchasing the Xbox Series X because that one still has a spot where you could put discs in it. And I am so excited. It is a family gift. It was a bit of a splurge. We did get a refurbished one, so that made it cheaper because it was already pre-owned. Plus, my husband picked up a second job at GameStop, a seasonal position, and so he on top of that got a extra 15% off. And so anyways, I am just so excited for Christmas.
waste of time. I was out driving every mile, and now if I rewind, it's all been a waste of time. It's all been a waste of time. Waste of time. Waste of time. Waste of time. I was out waiting for something, and if I close my eyes, it's all been a waste of time.
When I went to put our karaoke machine back in this cupboard, I then remembered the reason why I had that shelf down in the first place is because the karaoke machine will not fit unless I have that shelf removed. So I end up putting our karaoke machine in our hallway closet, which, by the way, is another closet I would like to do a makeover on. I'd like to put different shelving in there and configure it differently because I feel like the one wire shelf that's in that area just makes it kind of an awkward space and hard to use for the way I'd like to use it. Next, I am working on organizing our cords. We have a lot of different wires, tons, probably too much. I probably could have got rid of a little bit more, but I'm hesitant to get rid of too many because I feel like we're always searching for cords. I at least got them organized, and so like items with like items, and that felt really good. The more that I am decluttering, because this is what I believe my third declutter video now, the more I am decluttering our home, the more lightweight I am starting to feel. Like, our kitchen feels so good, and I feel really excited to actually get, when the dishes are done, to put them away. Like, it feels easier, and I feel like my brain just feels less cluttered as well, because everything has a spot in the kitchen now. There's no hidden messy drawers or spaces. Like, every item has a spot, and that really has helped me to feel less cluttered mentally as well.
I'm going out with you tonight. Are you close to here? I'm feeling down, I don't know why. No, it's so surreal. Think I want you here. Oh, 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 oh. I don't ask for much, no, I don't need that much, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Though I want your touch, baby, you're so high, stay. I don't mind a little crazy, but baby, you're so high.
One thing I am working at being more intentional about over the last couple of weeks while I've been decluttering and cleaning our home is if I find an item that doesn't belong in some random spot, I'm trying to put all the like items with like items. So the original video that I actually started and I ended up scrapping, I talked about this a little bit in my last video. So I wanted to do a video on decluttering the random spots in our home because, like, our nightstands, for instance, needed to be decluttered. I shoved so many books and other random things in there that did not need to be in there, and I was kind of embarrassed about it because sometimes when I'm cleaning, I will shove things in random spots if I'm stressed out and I don't know where they belong. And that's kind of what has motivated me to start this video series on decluttering, is because I want to get our whole house in order and I want to have a space, or I should say a spot, for everything in our house. So if you need batteries, you know to come to the secretary desk because that's where we keep all of our batteries and our charging stuff. If you need a book, they're all in my office on our shelf. If you need a controller, if you need, a board game or a deck of cards, like all of that, I want to have its own space so that you just know where everything belongs. And to me, it makes cleaning overall easier if you already have your home set up that way.
We don't need to go on a fast. I need this night to last. So you are like me, wanna be free like a summer night. I'm feeling down, I don't know why. What an alibi. But I'm glad you're here. Oh, 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 oh.
Now I am moving into my office, but first I wanted to restock our mini fridge since Ruben's case of sugar-free Red Bull was just sitting on the floor. We like to keep all of our drinks in my office in this mini fridge. And then after I'm finished with that, I'm going to work on decluttering the books that we have. I need to go through them and see if there's any we can donate, and then also see if there's any library books mixed in with the books that are here on the shelf. And then, as you can see, a lot were just sitting on the floor because I've been collecting them, taking those books that used to be in my nightstand and moving them to the bookshelf.
Oh, oh, oh. I don't ask for much, no, I don't need that much, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Though I want your touch, baby, you're so high, stay. I don't mind a little crazy, but baby, you're so high, stay. We don't need to go on a fast. I need this night to last. Slow it down. Slow it down. Slow it down.
While in the middle of editing this video, RJ got home and he came and opened my closet door and was like, "What are you doing, Mom?" And then shortly after that, Ruben got home and did the exact same thing. And so I had to explain to them what I am in the middle of doing. The paperwork that I'm grabbing right here, I'm going to be blurring out because I realized after I grabbed it, it has some sensitive information on it. So I'm just going to go through it really quickly. And then after that, I'm going to move on to organizing our fish tank cabinet. That's what I call it because that is the cabinet we have our fish tank on top of.
All I want is all of you, baby, baby. Nothing less than that will do, baby, baby. You take me higher, higher, higher. You set my soul on fire, fire, baby. You get me like no one before, yeah. You don't need me, but you want me more and more. Something I adore, and I know, I'm sure, I feel with you. So just stay, don't stay, I'm yours, babe. It's true. You take me. All I want is all of you, baby, baby. Nothing less than that will do, baby, baby. You take me higher, higher, higher. You set my soul on fire, fire, baby. You get me like no one before, yeah. You don't need me, but you want me more and more. It's true. You take me. You set my soul on fire. You take me higher, 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 baby, baby. You set my soul on fire, fire, baby.
I really like how that top shelf was looking. However, as I continue to organize and when I go to add the wire mesh magazine holders onto the bottom shelf, I realize that they don't fit there. And so I end up having to organize it or rearrange it just a little bit differently. So after I am done organizing this cabinet, I'm going to tidy up my office just a little bit because I was feeling really good this day and kind of just wanted to straighten up my office a little bit. And then also I have some new twinkle lights that I'm going to be putting up as well. The last lights that I had up around our windows, they didn't have a static option. Like every single option, the lights were flickering like crazy or flickering some different like random crazy color, and that's just too much for me in the morning. I really like to have soft lights when I wake up in the morning, especially since I'm up so early and it's dark and I don't want any harsh lights on. So I'm gonna be adding those twinkle lights now, and let me tell you, I am so happy. They're not battery operated. They do have an option to put batteries in them, but they also have a USB option. That is so nice because I kind of get tired of having to like recharge little lights all the time and batteries all the time. I feel like I'm always recharging something in this house. just going through these pins really quickly because I had several pins that ran out of ink and died, and I just kept putting them right back in the pin holder when really I needed to throw them away. Also, I wanted to mention the painting I put on top of our mini fridge is a paint by numbers that I got from Amazon. I can link it, but this thing is taking me forever, and I really hope to have it finished by the end of this year, but I could sit there for an hour painting and you can't even tell what I did because the numbers are so incredibly tiny. It just is taking me a really long time to get it done. Also, we are almost to the end of the video, and I just wanted to share with you guys a new pet bed cover I got for Alpha. I got it on Amazon, so I'll link it. And then I also bought a new butter container. I cannot link it, but maybe that's silly. I was just excited because I've wanted a new butter container for a while. I got it on the Air Force Base at Right Pat, and I think it's pretty. Kind of reminds me of the one my Aunt Jamie has. And then also, I was looking at my analytics, and over 90% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed. So if you like this type of content and you want to see more in the future from me, then definitely give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you again for hanging out with me. I hope this gave you some inspiration for your own home, and I will see you in the next one.
Okay, that's enough. I don't want you to fall now.
Little duckling wants. Go ahead, little duckling. I'm gonna capture you a little bit.
So you sell the thing once.